Hello, it's Danny, and we're back on chapter 1 with vision. We've taken a bit of a break so that you can answer the questions in the workbook and then come back and discuss those together. So let me grab the pages here so we can see those together. So take a moment now and think about your personal mission statement. So how was it to write that? How did it come to you quickly? Did you rewrite it a few times? Did you write down bullet points and then turn that into a sentence? Did you draw a picture of it? I left space at the bottom there. Some people actually draw a picture of their personal mission statement. So the purpose of this is really just to get acquainted with this idea of personal mission statement, who you are, what you're put on the planet for, and just to capture where you are today. Okay. In the next questions, we talked about the goals. And so again, hope you had an opportunity to write down 3 goals in each of the areas. And the purpose of this, again, is to recognize that we want to be well-rounded. We want goals in all areas of our lives. And then the second part there is, why is this important to you? So there's not only the goal, but there's the why. And if the why is in alignment with your passions and your integrity and your character, then these goals are going to come to you very naturally. But if they're not in alignment, we'll find sometimes that goals are really hard to reach. And normally when that happens, it's because they're out of alignment. So for example, I have people come to me and say, Danny, my goal is make $1 million a year. Great. That's wonderful. If that's in alignment with who you are and your goals and what you're trying to accomplish, absolutely, let's make that happen, right? But if the reason they're doing that is because they're trying to prove something, or their identity is not in place, or that is their identity, then what we find is that even if they do reach that goal, sometimes there's some unintended consequences. And so the purpose of this is to really write down these goals and then be clear about why this is important to you. And this should also give us some awareness about ourselves. In the concept of purpose, now we want to talk about, in this part of it, I want to be described as a person that. So have fun with this, enjoy it. What are some things that you wrote down? Maybe that you said, that you want to be a happy person. You want to be someone that people can count on, whatever. Think about what that looks like. I do not want to be as described as a person that, and make a list of those. So when you're writing these down, some action steps might be around this is go to someone who is a confidant in your life, maybe one of your best friends, even a coach or a therapist that you work with, and really talk through this with them. I see myself as this person. I don't want to be this person. How do you see me? Do I show up authentically in the things that I am sharing about who I am? And be able to get that honest feedback and really understand who we are and how we show up. Again, that family is so blank. I love that question. Kind of a nice way to get an outside in perspective. When I die, I want to be known as the person who blank. So what did you put there? Did you write an epitaph? Did you write some bullet points again, some specifics? It's very interesting. I've had people talk about writing out their own epitaphs. I've had people that have talked about, the idea of defining moments in their life. People have talked about these inspiring people in their lives. All of those are part of it. And then the aspiring people, think about someone you admire and write about them. This is probably one of the most fun exercises. I hope that when you did this, you may want to share this with this person if it's appropriate. You may not. But it's something that, again, allows us to see the good in other people. And normally, again, we see that in ourselves. And then at the next part of that, what insights have you gained about your personal mission statement? So I hope now you've written out several statements, maybe bullet points about some self-awareness, things that you're noticing about yourself. And what I really want to encourage you, if I was sitting with you live in person, I would encourage you to say out loud these things, okay? And to really sometimes own it, convince yourself. Sometimes we're the ones who believe it the least, right? Sometimes other people believe better about ourselves than we do. And so I really want to encourage you to own that, to know who you are, to recognize we're not everything. Again, I'm never suggesting arrogance or boastfulness, none of those things. But what we're talking about is true values, gifts, talents, and that we all have something to bring to the world. And the more we recognize that, the more we're clear about that, the more we bring that, then the more whole that we become as a universe and as a world. Okay. All right. So in the next chapter, we are going to jump into self-awareness and self-assessment. So I will see you in the next video.